Got it.
I'm excited to get to chat with the band because you guys have a great new music out right now. I love
Thank you.
Soak My Head personally because it's kind of a close to home single right now. Um,
Mm,
and I think that's one of my favorites off of your recent music. I know that you have an EP here as well that you've been working on, but let's start at the beginning. I know it's sort
yeah.
of your sound has sort of been described as alternative, psych rock. Is that how you guys tend to describe it as well?
Yeah, I think we
It,
basically I use those words often when I tell
it
people.
depends on who I'm talking to. I'd say if it's somebody who maybe isn't in tune with psych rock and that kind of stuff, I'll use the word. I'll throw around alternative.
An indie.
But
Sometimes indie pop.
yeah.
Indie as
Usually I
well.
start with alternative and then just keep on getting more and more niche until they're like, "What's that?"
I say yeah, dreamy rock sometimes too,
Yeah,
people.
that's a good one.
It's hard to categorize because there's a lot of different stuff, but yeah.
Well, this might take a while for this question, but I don't know if one of you wants to field it in particular. But what are some of the band's musical influences, or who are some of the band's musical influences?
Well,
There's
it's
a
it's
lot.
it's eclectic amongst the four of us, but there's definitely kind of like a core kind of set of artists that really kind of bring us all together and definitely inform a lot of what we do. I'll throw a few out there. Tame Impala is a big one. Foals is a huge one as well. For us three, Radiohead. Yeah, any others you guys want to throw on this? Starfucker.
Oh yeah,
Early Glass Animals.
Early Glass Animals stuff.
like Zab album.
Maybe
Right?
Kasabian
I
as
was
well
gonna
a
say, yeah.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty good list, I'd
Father
say.
John Misty for some of the more
Yeah,
folksy kind of. Soak My Head, I feel like
I
that's a
could see
good
that for
Father
yeah,
John
stuck my head.
kinda
That makes
thing
sense.
going on there.
And I guess when we were all much younger, like we started being influenced by older classic rock stuff like Led Zeppelin and
We share that in common too.
yeah,
The
those
Beatles
classic rock,
still.
Beatles, yeah, those
Mhm.
influences
Obviously.
started, I guess, our musical interests and yeah,
Yeah,
then
Pink
it
Floyd.
evolved. Yeah, Pink Floyd's a big one.
Yeah, those are, yeah, classic bands.
Well, your single "The Absent Sea" is out now, and it's a beautiful song. Talk about the creative process to come up with the title and the topic for it.
Yeah, topic wise, I guess. Well, Chris and James kind of were the primary music writers around that, and like especially in the demo stages of it. And when I was listening to it, I really got like the a trippy desert kind of vibe from it. So I kind of extrapolated from there to like the absent sea, being like this desert that was once an ocean, kind of as drawing lines between, I don't know, climate change, dread, just general dread in general. And then James also was a big part of the lyrics as well. And I like working with James a lot because I feel like I kind of tend towards pessimism and James tends towards optimism. So I feel like we're a
You
good.
guys are a yin and yang thing going
Yeah,
on.
exactly. So yeah, I can ramble on about it more if you like, but that was the core origin.
There's a cheeky nod to the book Blood Meridian in there that Ian had, which I really like. It's a book that me and Ian have read. We really like it. There's that line. What's the line?
Oh, the one near the end.
Our meridian is soaked in the blood of a swollen sun.
Yeah, so yeah, that book. Did you recommend it to me? I can't remember if James recommended it to me or we just talked about it. It's like my favorite book of all time, I'd say. I don't know about you, but yeah, I mean the themes in that book are very much about the kind of darkest depths of the human soul. So I feel like I kind of tried to tap into some of that a little bit. And yeah, the not so subtle nod to it near the end there for sure.
Will there be an accompanying music video for it here shortly? I know there's like a visualizer kind of thing out for it now.
No plans currently, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, music videos are.
Costs
We
a lot
love
of money.
them, but they cost so much money. We love making
Fun
them.
though,
Yeah,
super fun
but
to make.
and we've done it a few times.
The Soak My Head one was a nice like departure on our visualizers because we had some nice footage that went along with it from the cabin. It was something we kind of threw together.
Lyric video,
budget, yeah, the lyric video. But yeah, in terms of like full-fledged music videos, like Within You, Within Me, or Love Again, yeah, we tend to put a lot of effort and thought and time and money into it. So it's a lot. It's hard to do a lot of those.
Yeah.
You talked a bit about your process for writing songs, or at least for the Absent Sea, but do you tend to, both of you tend to have a process, or is it just the two of you that write the songs for Meltt, or do you all come together as a band where you come up with like an idea and you bring it to the band, or is there music that you come up with, like a chord or something, and then you work the lyrics from there? Or maybe even there is no Meltt process for songs. It's just whatever finds you, and then you guys bring it to the band and sort of flesh it out.
It definitely varies like a lot from song to song. All four of us like definitely play like big writing roles in it, but it'll usually start with like me, Chris, or Ian might have like a demo or something. This could be like, it could be like super basic where it's just a guitar part or something, and then we'll come in the room and play with the band and flesh it out. Or it could be like a pretty developed, like most of a song kind of demo, and then in which case like we're always just doing our best to serve the song. So like if it needs a bunch of stuff, we'll give it a bunch of stuff. But if it doesn't, then we're all pretty comfortable with like letting each other's ideas just kind of like be like self-contained if it just is a better song that way.
Yeah, it all goes through the Meltt filter, you could say. Like we've said that before. It goes through all of our approval stage, I guess, as a group. So if it doesn't have to be done, then and we all like it, then that's fine, kind of thing. But we all like it, so.
And I'll add on, in general, when you talk about process, we kind of have a process, very much like we were talking about, like usually starts with a demo or some kind of riff we have going on, bring it to the whole band, develop it into like a fully kind of formed demo, usually to the point too where we have like a vocal melody and almost like even like syllables in some cases. And then from there, we'll all four of us kind of collaborate on the lyrics and stuff like that. Maybe one of us will like bring in a whole idea, or there'll be pieces, and we'll, again, through the Meltt filter, it all gets approved by all of us. And
yeah, it's a lot of going between like working on it at home and then working on it with the band, and then someone else taking it home and doing it on their little studio setups and stuff. So
yeah, there's lots of cases of like maybe someone will bring in a verse, and then somebody else will kind of add a chorus onto that. Or with the Absent Sea specifically, the full first half of the song was one demo, and then the second half was another demo that we found a way to kind of smash together in a way that really worked. So
that begs the question then, how much of a hand do you guys have when it comes to the production side of the music you make?
Say quite a big heavy hand of it. Like usually production wise, we do sort of know what we're going for by the time the song is like getting to like being brought into like a real studio, say, or something where we record drums. Most of the other stuff we record at home, but like because we're always writing like in the DAW, like writing in Ableton or something, then we're kind of like producing as we go. It's not usually like here's a song on acoustic guitar and now we have to figure out what serves it best like sonically. It's more fluid than that. Like we're kind of always producing as we go. But then we get like a helping hand from this guy Kieran, who like he's very much a big part of how the records sound in terms of like he comes up with the whole drum sound, and he's doing all like the mixing and like processing and a lot of stuff. So he's another big part of it.
I guess we have the creative vision and we do a lot of the creative ideas, and then he just makes it all kind of work as a mix in the end of it all.
And he'll do like some on his own, and then we'll give him like, he records for us. He'll be our in studio engineer
for drums. Yeah.
And then he'll take the main mixes once the guys finish recording here in our own studio, and then he'll do a basic mix, and then we'll kind of work collaboratively with them either in a mixing room or online, and we'll all work together. And he brings a lot of fresh ideas, adds another mind and an expertise that we don't have. But like James said, we have like ideas of what we're going for, and he'll help us achieve that. Or if he thinks that there's something else that will work, we'll try that. Yeah.
Well, the EP Eternal Embers is coming here shortly. What's some of your favorite songs, or can you tease even what are some of your personal favorite songs off the album, or ones that you feel like people should really take a look out for?
There's one I really like called When the Smoke Abates, which I think it's like the second last one on the album.
Mhm.
And it's like Chris like had the demo for that one, and then we like went away for like to a remote cabin during COVID just so we could all be together and record and stuff. And then we kind of came up with the arrangement just like off the floor, and me and Ian were just both playing guitar and just kind of jamming basically, but we actually ended up really liking what we got. So it's one of the few songs on the record where it's like we actually kept like a lot of what we did just first impressions like off the floor. I feel like it sounds really natural, and like it's nice to like we do so many things where it's like heavy layers of production and so many different ideas and stuff. It's nice to have something that feels very organic to me, and just like almost more of like a picture of the band as opposed to like crazy surreal kind of canvas or something. Yeah, I really like that one.
Yeah,
and Ian knocked it out of the park lyrically on that one as well.
Thank you. Yeah, same answer for me on that one. Like everything James said, and probably the most proud of lyrics I am of that one, of a song.
For me, that is a highlight as well. But another couple I would say would be Into the Blue is a really cool song. It's the opening track, and it will be the focus track when we release the full album. Like a higher energy song. And then The Fire as well. The Fire I find is a really cool journey. It's like a longer, I think it's probably one of the longer songs on the album, and it's got this really cool kind of segmented journey that really builds from something into something totally different, and it's got this really cool escalation that one speaks to me a lot.
I'll add on to that one actually as well. I love The Fire because it was one of the very first demos from this batch of songs that I heard from James. And I don't think the lyrics changed all that much from because the very first demos, and I really loved it, and it really actually kind of informed me in a lot of my other writing for like the rest of the stuff I worked on the album. So I love it in that way, and just love it as a song. It's definitely, yeah. Chris,
yeah, those are the three highlights I would have said anyway. Yeah.
It's all good.
I like it.
Well, of course, they're all special. Is there one then, Ian, that maybe challenged you the most creatively to come up with for lyrics, or maybe even musically?
Probably Your Melody. I think the subject matter was the most kind of dark for me, and in terms of the production, that was probably, I don't know, that felt like a kind of a beast to produce that one.
Yeah, that one,
you guys, like there's a lot going on it.
Yeah,
kind of ruffled
layers,
with that one for a bit to get it where we got it. So, but very happy with how it came out.
Yeah, I would say production wise, Your Melody was probably the biggest. There's so much like adding a ton of layers and stripping it all down and then adding things back and stuff. So that was probably the most challenging to get all our ideas in there, but still make it feel like not too much.
So you can actually hear all the ideas as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Meshing a lot of busy parts together, but in a way that doesn't sound busy. I hope.
Yeah, I think we found a good balance.
Will there be an upcoming tour in the works for Eternal Embers, or are you guys focused maybe on playing some live shows right now, and then eventually going to include some singles and songs off of Eternal Embers when you go live?
Yeah, we have a tour planned for October to November range, mid-October to mid-November range through the US, and I'm showing Mexico City as well. And 2 shows in Canada, Toronto, Montreal shows.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we'll play probably most of the set will be the new album, and then whatever is kind of the best left from the previous record and the previous EP we did.
Yeah,
ironic no Vancouver dates.
They'll be
Vancouver,
Vancouver date as well.
I think the Vancouver show will actually play the whole album top to bottom, and then we'll play like some other songs after. But I think that show will actually like do the whole thing, which would be cool.
What do you hope lingers with people that will explore Eternal Embers as a whole? Is there a message you hope they take away from it?
You had a good answer for this recently.
I don't know about like a specific message or anything, but just like I feel like the music was made as an album, and that's kind of what we think of like the true journey kind of is the album. So I don't know about a specific message, but it'd be nice for people to just have like like a journey with it, have like a cathartic sort of experience, and like I don't know, just feel their feelings, and then hopefully end it in like I think we tried to end the album like sort of an optimistic, positive place. Like it gets heavy at times, but then we definitely like to leave people feeling buoyant at the end. So
yeah, it kind of the themes like revolve around different struggles personally, and some of them are super personal to us, and but the general themes are stuff that I think anyone can connect with, going through a hard time and coming out the other side with a positive attitude and outlook on it, and processing that. And so yeah, like James said, it's the whole journey through that kind of through that journey is a cathartic release, and then coming out to a kind of more positive outlook. And yeah, there's themes of rebirth, death, renewal, like cyclical, life cycles, and so yeah, you kind of go through that journey and come out feeling better, hopefully.
Well, I touched on that Soak My Head was a special single, and I think that a lot of people probably resonate with it. What kind of response did you all receive to it?
It's been good overall. Yeah,
Yeah,
I find most of the singles we put on YouTube gets a lot of good comments, and very wholehearted and like loving people's replies to everything so far. So yeah, it's really nice.
For that one specifically, I had a few people that I hadn't talked to in a while reach out to me and tell me that was their favorite of the new songs, and that they connected to that as well. I actually just yesterday talked to a friend of mine who had listened to all the recent songs, and his two favorites were Absentee and Soak My Head. And so that was cool. And some people, like I said, I hadn't talked to. And then there was also someone else recently that told me Soak My Head was their favorite, and Absentee was also like their second. So it was cool to have those two kind of stick out for just a few people that hadn't talked to in a while, and that I respect. And like Chris said, lots of positive feedback in general from our fans online. And yeah.
What would you all like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of the incredibly wonderful music that Meltt makes?
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We couldn't do it without people listening on the other. Like, we just try and make what we love and hope people also love it. And it seems to be working out so far. So yeah, thank you from the bottom of our hearts that you actually engage with us and
we really
consume
appreciate
our art.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
And telling people about it really
it's
helps.
Super flattering, and we really appreciate like everyone who does connect with it, because we make stuff that means a lot to us, and if it means something to other people, it's a really special feeling for us. So yeah, thank you for that, and we're super flattered that you appreciate it.
Yeah.